Hello friends and welcome. I am going to summarize all the exciting information from this month's Devblog provided by the developers of the Isle. Make yourselves comfortable and let's look at these new features together. The lead programmer summarizes his team's overall work during the month of May. Here's what he says. He focused on developing the T-Rex's crushing ability and its ability to grab its prey. Not an easy task considering the different weights of the species. The devs have added a new feature for carnivores, which is the opening of bodies to access organs. No more spamming bites to open up. Now you press E 3 times, and here's what happens. There have been changes to the skin interface where you can hide the user interface. The chat channel has also been revamped. Mutations are now implemented and tested, and additions are ongoing. Optimizations have been made such as bug fixes, server performance improvements, and they have finalized the code for mass migration. Amarok primarily focused on servers. He informs us that official servers are now better distributed across different regions. For example, in Europe, there is now a server for the central region, a server in the west, and a server in the east to reduce player latency. Here's what server owners can configure. In parallel, they are also working on AI. The Psittacosaurus is progressing well, and as you know, it can take shelter by digging a burrow to hide. The devs will add a new ability to all carnivores, allowing us to dig a hole to access the burrow and thus dislodge the Psittacosaurus. Amarok is aware that it is not easy for us to locate AI even if they are abundant due to the foliage, etc. He informs us that they have found a solution to help us locate them more easily, but he cannot say more. The lobby has been greatly improved. The queues are working well, as is the character sheet which indicates the status of your dinosaur on each server. Ariel focused on preparing the current Horde testing session. Quite a few of your comments indicate that many of you are not aware that you can also access the Horde testing sessions. Be aware that stress testing no longer exists, and the developers have decided to give the entire community access to stress test sessions called Horde testing. If you want to participate, I have made a quick video that shows you how to access it at the top right. Visual Tech 48, as usual, has continued and deepened the human world. His very detailed work is always a pleasure to look at. Here are some screenshots he shares with us. Wedge has focused on making sound adjustments for the different species, increasing or decreasing vocal power, emphasizing to make it feel more aggressive, etc. Brian mainly worked on sparring animations. A lot of animations have been made to make sparring fights much more fluid, beautiful, and impressive. In addition, he gives us some very interesting hints. When we talk about sparring, we think directly about head-to-head combat, but he talks about a situation where, instead of coming face-to-face, what happens if you come from behind? As a result, he talks about pushing your opponent over a cliff. Get ready, friends. It is very likely that sparring will add a lot of depth to gameplay in our future combat interactions. And that's not all. He shows us this photo and asks the question, what happens if a T-Rex bites a Diablo head-on? I think he implies that the Rex facing tanking will take heavy damage against a Ceratopsian. Well, this is a Subrex against a Diablo, but what about a fully grown Rex against a Triceratops? I think it would be the same result. What do you think? Hypno invites us to test and give as much feedback as possible on mutations. Having already tested the first mutations a bit, I assure you that this system adds a lot of depth to gameplay and to the customization of your dinosaur. He informs us that more mutations are coming, which is really good because there are already many. Combined with diet bonuses and your playstyle, we can now create real talent builds. But that's not all. They also plan to add species-specific mutations to enhance certain abilities. They are currently testing sparring to fix bugs like this one. There are still others to fix, and that's why sparring is currently not available in horde testing. Kitten announces that there will be many modifications coming, adjustments to mechanics, changes to night vision, and new features that should please us, but she does not say more. She talks about the new ability of the Omniraptor, the grapple, which is almost finished and will soon make its debut. This ability, when several Omniraptors are together, allows them to pin down animals much larger than themselves, such as the Diabloceratops or the Stegosaurus. The Maiasaura seems to be ahead of schedule and may be available earlier than expected. The new animation team is understanding the needs and demands of the game to work effectively in development. They are finishing the requested animations for sparring between the T-Rex and the Triceratops. Once done, they can fully tackle other species, which we hope will be increasingly faster. These are all the details given in the latest Devblog. I hope this provides you with a clear and precise summary of the development of this game we are all waiting for. Thank you for subscribing to my channel to not miss the next updates and other videos on my passion, the fascinating ancient world of prehistory. See you soon.